All right, we're technically here, but apparently I'm at the wrong entrance, so I'm supposed to go another...
Continue on Myakka State Park Road for 1.5 miles.
Well, they said for 7 miles, but Greta disagrees. Hi, friends. We are at Myakka River State Park near Sarasota. Maybe it's in Sarasota, I don't know. But if you know me and you know anything about this park, you can probably guess what hike I am here to do, because it's the best time of year to do it, and I'm so excited. But only 30 people a day get a permit for it, so I have to make sure I'm at the ranger station at 8 o'clock sharp tomorrow, as soon as they open, so that I'm guaranteed a permit. I mean, even then it's not a guarantee, but I think I have a good chance. I can definitely tell that they're still impacted from the hurricanes last year, because there's a lot of downed trees. But it is beautiful in here. Also, if you do not like alligators, I apologize in advance. You guys already know I'm in tree heaven. So far, I've already seen some wild turkeys, a few deer, a bald eagle, so pretty promising considering it's the middle of the day. I'm guessing that's either Myakka River or Myakka Lake up there. It really is a beautiful park. I can't imagine how pretty it was before all of the trees were destroyed. This is the alligator bridge up here, so we'll definitely stop back here as soon as I'm checked in. Oh yeah, there's lots of birds and gators. Alright, I just passed my camping loop, so at least I know where that is now. Now I just need to figure out where the trailhead is for tomorrow morning. Oh darn it, there was a restroom. Taking a quick detour to the restroom because I didn't want to pee my pants while I was checking in, so. All right, detour over. Now to check in at the ranger station, figure out what I'm doing in the morning to get the permit, and then we can explore. I should have brought you in there with me, but I wasn't thinking. So I got my hiking and biking map, my park map, and then my site map, or my hang tag. And we're gonna see, I think what I wanna do, well, I obviously wanna go back to the bridge to show you guys the gators there. And then, let's see. Okay, so I think after we check out the bridge, we're gonna do the nature walk near the canopy trail. Unfortunately, I can't show you guys the canopy trail this time because she was just telling me that FEMA, or that they're gonna have to replace all of the cabling because it failed inspection after the hurricane damage. And then also the bird walk, which is supposed to be great for birds, of course, has to be completely redone by FEMA because of all the damage. They've got to tear it up and redo the whole thing. So those two are gonna be for a future trip. But we are going to be hiking Deep Hole in the morning. She said as long as I'm up here by 8 a.m., I should have no problem getting a permit, but to make sure I'm here by 8 o'clock. Because again, they only do 30 per day, so. All right, let's go stretch our legs a little bit and explore and hopefully take some pictures, and then we'll head to camp. That is the visitor center, which we can always check out tomorrow once we get our permit. I'm guessing since we're gonna be hoping to see a bunch of alligators, that our best bet will be to go a little bit later in the morning when it's not as freezing cold. But we'll ask for their advice. I know there's a ton of owls that hang out in this park, so I'm really hoping to have an owl sighting. there's the little outhouse I went to. They don't have any fresh water or potable water here right now. They've been having some issues again since the hurricane. So they give out gallons of spring water for drinking. So I did grab a gallon of that. That is going to be the camping loop right there to the right. But for now, we're going to go to the bridge real quick. Here we go. We're gonna do this quick little nature trail here real quick. It says 40 minutes, but I don't know if it'll take us that long. I've got about an hour until sunset. I just heard a barred owl. Fingers crossed we can find it. There, did you hear it? Its call sounds like, "Who cooks for you? Who cooks for you?" It stopped calling, so I can't hear it anymore. It's somewhere close, though. The ranger was telling me that they were in here with the helicopters yesterday, hunting all of the wild hogs since they're an invasive species, so I don't think we'll be seeing any wild hogs today. We're just keeping it super simple tonight with the mountain house. And that's the water that I picked up from the ranger station. Got my little picnic set up. And we're just gonna watch the sunset from in here. I'm gonna run to the restroom, and then I will meet back up with you for a little chat while I make my coffee before we head to get our permit. Whew. In the interest of full disclosure, I have been on the struggle bus this week. Big time. It's been a rough week emotionally. I've the whole gamut here, but I can say that yesterday was the first day that I was able to find joy again by getting out in nature, seeing some birds, being in the trees, getting out and walking. Between the cold weather and everything going on, I've just really been struggling. So, I am super excited to get out and hike. This was definitely what I needed, and I knew it was what I needed because I was thinking of canceling, and that does not happen with me. So that was kind of a wake-up call for me to say, Heather, you need to get your butt outside and stick with your plans. So, I am very happy that that is exactly what I did. Well, for me, it was a combination of factors between increasing my hours at work, which, by the way, work has been going very well as I get adjusted back into my schedule, but I did increase my hours this week, and I definitely felt that. I went about 2 to 3 nights in a row without sleeping well at all, which is no good for me. Well, it's not really good for anybody, but especially me. And, so between the lack of sleep, the super cold weather, which I do not deal well with my conditions now, I'm super temperature sensitive, so I've been wearing gloves around the house, even with the heat on. So yeah, between the weather, the not sleeping well, the being more tired from working more, not being able to get out and hike, although I have been doing my cardio at home still. And then with everything else going on in the world right now, I've just been really fighting another flare-up. So I have been able to use my tools, and you guys did vote on wanting to hear more about that. So I am going to do a video soon on how I manage my chronic health now so that I can stay functional and enjoying life. So stay tuned for that coming up. But just between everything, it was just a really kind of heavy, dark, not the greatest week. But I turned it around. Like I said, yesterday was a really good day. So I'm definitely looking forward to my hike this morning. It's called the Deep Hole Hike. I know I mentioned that yesterday. And they only, like I said, let 30 people in every day. But for a few months in the winter, when the water levels drop and the temperatures get a little colder, it's kind of, they don't really know why, actually. I was doing some research on it, and it's fascinating. But Deep Hole is a sinkhole that I believe feeds off of Myakka Lake, and for some reason, it's a huge attractant to gators. So there will be like hundreds and hundreds of gators that gather in this one little spot, and all just kind of sun together. And that's kind of rare for alligators, other than like in mating season or when there's like a big fish kill or something that attracts a lot to the area for hunting. You don't really see like tons and tons and tons of gators just hanging out together unless you're like at Gatorland. So it should be a very interesting and unique experience. I've heard the hike itself isn't the most scenic here because it's mostly like out in the open. But I'm still very excited. So it's 4.4 miles round trip, I think. And it won't be very hot out. It's like 53 in the van right now. So I'm guessing it's probably like 45, 48, something like that outside. So I'm going to wait for it to get a little warmer to actually do the hike this morning. But I am going to go get the permit. And then we're going to explore the park a little bit. Come back, have a little bit of breakfast. I'll probably make a second cup of coffee, and then we'll head over there because I think it's like a mile from the main entrance to get to the trailhead. Also, I know my voice is struggling a little bit this week, so it's a little bit more tired than normal too, so bear with me there, please. That's why I haven't done a ton of talking this trip. I am very pleased to report, however, that I didn't even have my middle of the night wake up where I have to run to the bathroom and move around. So that tells you how tired I was. I slept fantastic last night. Definitely got more than I have any other day this week. So another plus. Did you guys see that? That was almost a catastrophe. Oh boy. That's why I always have these on deck. Y'all would have seen me cry if that landed on my camera. Let's do a temperature check here. Oh, I was right. It's 45 Fahrenheit right now. It's normally always just under 10 degrees warmer in here. Also, just to give you a little tip on how much condensation we produce at night. The humidity level was 54% in here when I went to bed. And I don't know if you can see that now, but it's 73 with a little sad face that says wet. I'm thinking I'll probably do the actual deep hole hike, maybe like 9:30ish, because then I should still be done like 11:30. So it'll still be like in the 50s then, and only be up to like 60, 65 by noon. So I think that'll be good since it's all out in the sun. And by then the gators will probably be sunning as well. So I think if I go too early, they won't all be out gathered yet. So that'll give us a couple of hours. Well, I think sunrise is just after 7. Let's double check. 7:15. So if I leave here around then, that'll give me like 45 minutes to kind of drive around looking for wildlife before I get my permit. And then I might do like a little nature hike here before I head over, but I think I'll probably head back and have my strawberries and boiled eggs for breakfast first. All right, we're off in search of wildlife now, so hopefully we see some good stuff. It's a little too dark for pictures, but I can still video if we see anything. There's a black-crowned night heron. And I don't know if you can see him, but there's quite a few deer out there grazing right now. There's actually 3 heron in that tree. I didn't see them all at first. We are officially heading to the ranger station to get our permit. I have my gloves back on. I hate this whole no circulation thing. It's so annoying. I cannot feel my fingers at all.
The front of ours is
All right, I secured my permit. Woohoo! So, party of one. And then I got my permit that I have to carry on me at all times while I'm out there. And I got a little sticker for my water bottle. So I wish I would have brought coffee with me because I was in line for like 30 minutes. I was like number 8, I think, and there was quite a line behind me. So I'm glad I camped here and got here early. So I am going to head back to camp, use the bathroom, make another cup of coffee, and then I think I'm gonna head over there probably around like 9:30. That's my plan. It's about a half a mile apparently from the main exit. And when I have to, because I have to return this at the ranger station, well, an hour before closing, but I'm not gonna be here that long. And then we'll check out the visitor center when I do that, since I have to be in the same parking lot. All right, let's slap this bad boy on there. All right, we've got our Myakka turtle. Now let's head to camp and get caffeinated again and pee because I needed to go so bad while I was standing in line. Will say it is just after 8:30 now, and I think that there were all 30 people in line by the time I left. So definitely if you come here to do this hike, make sure that you come early. They said people start lining up at like 7:30 to get into the gate that are driving. And there were already, like I said, I was number 8 and there were a few campers behind me before the cars started arriving. So just keep that in mind. I'm definitely glad I did my early morning drive through the park before I got in line because there's a lot of cars, well, not a ton yet, but there's a decent amount of cars that came in while I was waiting. So I think that I wouldn't have seen as many deer. Definitely not that buck. He would have been long gone. They do also have very affordable cabins here, so if you weren't up for tent camping or RV camping, that's always an option as well. You guys know what a sucker I am for Spanish moss. Isn't it beautiful? Oh, love it. Hi, baby. I'm on the canopy walkway right now. I just want to see if we can actually see it, even though it's not open for climbing. There's the observation tower. You can see there, normally you can walk across that up in the trees, but they were saying they have to replace all the cable. Oh, this is cool. It's a map of all the canopy walkways in the world. switch out of my slippers to my hiking boots. Quick site tour of my campsite number 48. I've got nobody on this side of me, and the dumpster's right there. That's the beginning of the loop and the end of the loop, and then that's the bathhouse. You can see we're pretty close to the neighbors. We've got hookups, picnic bench, fire pit, and then back there is the main road in the park in. But it was very quiet last night. You can see I'm mostly packed up and ready to go. I don't think I'm going to come back to my campsite after my hike, but I do have to come back into the park, so I'm going to do a quick breakfast of a couple boiled eggs with my coffee, and then we're ready to go. All right, adios campground. Let's go find some gators. Alrighty, we are leaving the main entrance / exit of the park. I'm supposed to make a right, and then about a half a mile down the road, it'll be on the left. Alright, Myakka River Wilderness Preserve. Preserve parking to the right. Considering it's only 55 out, it is quite toasty in the sun. From what I understand, the whole hike is pretty much like this, so probably not a ton of different scenery, but the end destination should be worth it. I'm staying just off the trail because I don't want to be climbing through that the whole time. Trying to conserve my energy. I don't know if you can hear that. But those are two eastern meadowlarks. They have my favorite bird song. I think we're almost there. Thank God, because this hike is taking a lot out of me. According to this, we made it past that sign and we are almost at Deep Hole. It'll be up ahead on the left. They're through the trees up ahead. Woo! Looks like we made it. Are those white pelicans? Bonus! All right, now for the long trek back to Tara. Wish me luck. I'm tired. Oh yeah, baby, do you see what I see? We made it back. You know what? Hell yeah. Time to hydrate with my electrolytes, baby. Ooh, I am pooped. That was definitely the most challenging physically as far as hiking goes since I've been back in action after all of my health issues, and I am feeling it, let me tell you. So I'm hydrating right now. I'm laughing because it says it's 60 degrees Fahrenheit on my thermometer, but I swear it felt like 85 in the sun. So definitely do not attempt that hike in the middle of summer. All right, I am gonna head back to the main entrance, drop off my permit. Where did I put it? Oh, it's still up here. Gotta go drop this off. And then we're gonna check out the visitor center real quick because I heard it's cool and I think there's a pretty view there. And then I'll see you there.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
There's a whole lot of those wood storks in the park. Oh, lots of them, more than we usually have, so.
For anyone wanting to know what an alligator sounds like. And a young one. All right, friends, I am gonna hit the road because I'm pooped and I still have almost 3 hours to get back to home base. So thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. This was a much needed 24-hour break from a very heavy, otherwise very low week for me. So I am so glad that I did not give up and decide not to come. And I will see you again very soon on another adventure. Bye for now.